Hey guys, welcome back to Home Bar Network. We are on week 8 of our summer cocktail series, and today we're making the original Mai Tai from Trader Vic's, the famous tiki bar.
One of the best recipes ever. So stay tuned, follow along, and make one with us.
All right guys, so it is Cody and Haley, and we are doing the Mai Tai today. What some call the best rum delivery system ever concocted.
I could agree with that.
Yeah, it's up there. It's kind of like a daiquiri where you've got the citrus and a little bit of sugar, but you add the nuttiness of the Orgeat and a little bit of the orange from the dry Curaçao. It's really fantastic. It's pretty much perfection in a cocktail.
It really is.
Yeah.
And Mai Tai, for those of you who don't know, Mai Tai translates to the best in Tahitian.
Mai Tai.
Mai Tai,
the best.
The best. So some people would agree that this is the best tiki cocktail ever invented. We are doing the original recipe from Trader Vic's.
Which is very important to note.
Very important to note. We got this out of our Smuggler's Cove cocktail book. Highly recommended if you're into tiki drinks. And you're gonna need, if you're gonna make it along with us, you're gonna need a blended Jamaican rum, preferably.
Blended aged Jamaican rum.
Yes.
Yep.
You're gonna need specifically Pierre Ferrand dry Curaçao. And you're gonna need Orgeat. We actually have some store-bought Orgeat. You can make it, but it's quite a lengthy process.
It's labor intensive. You can make it. It takes three to 5 hours, depending on how good you are at making it.
And Orgeat really is like a sweet almond syrup.
Yep. Then we've got 1 lime, which we're gonna juice, and a little bit of rich Turbinado sugar syrup.
Yep. That's what you need. And
yeah. And concerning the Mai Tai recipe, this is the original recipe. This is from Trader Vic's in 1944. The Mai Tai is really the most bastardized cocktail of all time.
Oh my
Depending
God.
on what bar you walk into, they're pretty much gonna grab some rum, however many juices they can get out of the rail, and then some, throwing an umbrella on top of it.
Experience with this. I remember my first bartending gig, I was asked for a Mai Tai. I was like 19 or 20. And I asked the manager I was with, I was like, how do I make a Mai Tai? And he said, just grab some rums, grab some juices, and throw it in a glass. I was like, all right.
And that's standard pretty much industry-wide, unless you go to a legit tiki bar, a legit cocktail bar, where somebody knows the original recipe.
But it's funny, because that's really just...
throw some juice in a glass with some rum.
That's really just a rum punch. I mean, I understand that method for like a rum punch, but this really... Essentially, this is like a nutty rum margarita. There's really not a ton of juice in it at all.
Yeah.
Just the lime juice.
It's really just the lime juice.
So here's how to make a real Mai Tai. They're delicious. Definitely make one before summer ends.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Here we go, you guys. So we're gonna do 2 ounces of our Appleton Estate. This is a blended aged Jamaican rum. Traditionally, you would have used a Ray and Nephew 17-year-old Jamaican rum, which is no longer in production and actually went out of production due to the Mai Tai being so popular, they couldn't keep up. There's only 1 bottle known in existence, and it's worth several $1,000s.
Yes.
So we're gonna do 2 ounces of our much easier to find Appleton Estate.
And if you remember from some of our previous videos, Jamaican rums are especially cool because of this hogo that they have in the aroma, which is kind of like almost a rotten banana,
funky banana smell.
Funky, overripe banana smell.
Overripe banana. That's exactly the perfect way to describe it. Then we're gonna do 1/2 ounce of our dry Curaçao.
And I think I told you not to say rotten, and I just said rotten.
Yeah, listen to that.
Funky. Let's do funky, because it is pleasant.
Funky.
It is pleasant, but
1/2 ounce dry Curaçao.
cool. And that's made from oranges.
Yeah, dry Curaçao is orange liqueur with a little bit of cognac in it. If you don't have dry Curaçao, you could use a triple sec if you really want to. You could use Grand Marnier, you could use Cointreau.
But again, this is just from the original Trader Vic's recipe.
That's really the one that you want to use though. Then we're gonna do just 1/4 ounce of our Orgeat for a little bit of kind of background nuttiness and some sweetness. Then we've got also 1/4 ounce of our rich Turbinado sugar syrup. You could also do rich Demerara, whichever one's easier for you to find, as long as it's an unrefined molasses heavy sugar. You're gonna do that 2 parts of that to 1 part water, and that's how you make a rich syrup. And lastly, we're gonna cut a lime in half, and this is kind of really key for the garnish and the end of this cocktail. We're gonna take a lime,
do a little roll it on my board a little bit,
a little more juice out of it. You're gonna cut a lime in half, And we're gonna squeeze the lime by hand. And I like to, kind of an easy way to do this at home, put it up against the wall of whatever you're squeezing it into, and use that wall for leverage. And you can get a good amount of juice out.
And the reason we're doing it this way instead of pre-juicing it is because we're actually gonna be using this half lime as part of our garnish.
Yep, so the spent lime husk is what is going to be used as a garnish in the cocktail. So it's a little messy, but that's probably about what we need.
It's like a little tiki hut.
It is like a little tiki hut, check it out. I'm gonna squeeze the other half in here just so that we've got enough. We need 3/4 of an ounce.
I like that.
Of, it's like a little hairy mushroom, isn't it?
It is, or like a little Pac-Man, or like a jellyfish, I don't know.
So we're gonna get 3/4 of an ounce here. Yep, there we go.
And so in this case, it is okay to have a little bit of pulp in your lime juice.
Yeah, this is okay, and we're gonna leave the spent husk that we squeezed originally here on the bar, because we're gonna use that as our garnish. So we're gonna shake now, and when you shake up a Mai Tai, you're gonna use crushed ice with a couple of whole ice cubes in it, just to kind of give it a little extra chill, but we want the crushed ice texture for the end cocktail.
If you don't have crushed ice at home, you can use regular ice, or you could throw some of your refrigerator ice into a Ziploc and grab your muddler and just pound it out a little bit and make some crushed ice real quick.
That's right, so I got some crushed ice here. And this is just kind of, it's kind of just very roughly crushed ice.
Yes. But we're trying to stay as true as we can to the original recipe, right?
That's right. So we're gonna shake this up. Okay, and we're gonna dump this straight into our double old-fashioned glass.
It already smells so good.
Boom, look at that.
Fresh lime. There's that perfect Mai Tai. Ooh, I love this glass. I forgot we had this.
It's a beautiful glass, and what we're gonna do now is we're gonna take our spent lime husk and we're gonna rest it right on top.
This is a cool part of the book, is that spent lime husk is meant to resemble an island, and then the fresh mint is meant to resemble palm trees.
Right on top of the island.
I love that.
That's how it should look. There you have it, guys.
There is the perfect Mai Tai. You got your little island, you got your palm trees, you got your delicious rum, fresh lime. That's really, really good.
Oh man. Honestly, it's the most perfect rum drink I can think of. I like it better than a regular daiquiri.
I was just gonna say that.
It's
I love it
because
better than a daiquiri.
You got that nuttiness from the Orgeat that pairs so well with the funk from the Jamaican rum.
Yeah.
Right?
It's
so
like
nice. Kind of banana, kind of nutty with the cut through with the lime juice and a little bit of sugar. Oh, and then you smell that.
It's not really overly sweet.
It's not overly sweet. It's the perfect level of sweetness. And you get that really nice mint and lime aroma when you go in, and that adds to the flavor. I mean, you really taste with your nose first, right? So when you're going in for a sip, you get the fantastic aroma from the mint and the lime. Y'all, make this cocktail. Do it this way. If you make it this way and you have it at home, you will never order a Mai Tai again unless you're sure they're gonna make it this way.
Right. I mean, once you have a real Mai Tai, it's gonna be funny because it's gonna be hard to go back to really anything else.
Look at the color of this, guys. So this is the color of a real Mai Tai, right?
Yeah.
I guarantee you that anytime you've ever gotten a Mai Tai at a restaurant,
it's like pink,
right? With
maybe,
God forbid, it's even got some blue Curaçao in there somewhere.
All right, you guys, you have to try this recipe at home. Let us know what you think. Comment, leave a comment, send a DM. It's so good.
Make it, my mouth's watering for the next sip. It's that good.
Yeah.
It's delicious.
And
it's
even if it's not summer, make it in the fall.
Make it anywhere.
I mean, make it anytime you want to feel tropical.
Yeah, make it go.
There's no rules to this.
Go snowboarding and make it in your cabin.
Absolutely.
It's
Hell
awesome.
Yeah. Cheers. Thanks for tuning into our summer cocktail series. We have 2 more episodes. Next one's debuting on next Tuesday, 8 o'clock Eastern, and we'll be doing the Jet Pilot.
That's right. Got to tune in for the Jet Pilot. It's going to be great.
Cheers.
Cheers.
So fucking good. It's so good.
It's so fucking good. That's my favorite cocktail we made for the whole
I think
time.
so too.
It's the best Mai Tai.